Sculk Sensors, 1.17's slimy, wiggly comparator. What if I told you they weren't just for Redstone? You've seen the title, and today I am going to be crafting up a song made of Sculk Sensor noises. Before we keep going, consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And while you're down there, also remember to hit the like button. The Sculk Sensor is really nasty. I'd say it's worse than a honey block. So, I'm gonna try my best. There are 3 steps I need to follow to make this work. Step 1, sound design. That's just a fancy word for making sounds sound good. Step 2, write a song using the power of Ableton Live. Step 3, make a video. I went off to work on my Sculk Symphony, but I quickly ran into an issue. These noises have a lot of stuff happening in them. It's like a bunch of layers. No hate to the Mojang team, but oh man, did this make my life a lot harder. But don't worry, I pushed through by adding in so much saturation that I melted the noise into digital soup. Then I put that soup in an ice tray, in a freezer, and it came out as a cool bass. I also reversed the bass to make it catch you off guard. At this point, I scavenged through the samples to find a kick drum. I really wanted it to be wavy like the block itself, but it turns out that kicks have a very specific sound, and I had to mess with it to fit that shape. Maybe one day I'll be adventurous with my percussion. I like to go crazy on leads, so I add every squiggle and bend that I can put in them. Why not add a Sculk saxophone? A little duct tape later, and I pieced it together as best as I could. One measly saxophone was not good enough. I took that saxophone noise and I plugged it into an amp and forged an electric guitar. Synths are all over the song. Honestly, the way that I did this was like a family tree. I've shown you the bass and saxophone side, but the interesting part is how I made a bell sound and stretched it out into a long pitch-bendy synth. There's a feature in Ableton where you can warp clips. This whole project would not have been possible without it. So I took a little whine from the Sculk and made it into bells. Then I stretched it out, like I said, and made it into an organ-like synth. I also really like pitch bending, so I bent it a bit more and created another lead. I really wanted to make a pad, but the longer the sound, the harder it is for it to come out well, and pads are pretty long. Stretching sounds out creates more and more artifacts, because the computer is working to fill in all the information that doesn't exist. But I figured that's a lot of stuff already, and I don't have too many samples to work with, so it's time for step 2. I've gotten a lot of questions asking how I start writing a song. My honest answer is that I just mess around, but a little music theory also helps too. Don't worry though, I'm not going to get into all of that. It's not a very interesting topic. I started by using a few of my bass sounds to get some creepy chords. Then I threw it in reverse like I was talking about earlier, and I think it's my favorite sound in the song. It is really cool. But I had to stop myself, because before I write too many melodies with other instruments, I have to write my lyrics so it doesn't get all cluttered and I can base the other melodies off of my voice. So, with that being said, what is the song gonna be about? Sculk sensors themselves aren't that interesting. I mean, sure, they detect noise, but from a lore of Minecraft standard, they're just a piece of the puzzle. So what is the picture when we put all the pieces together? Sculk sensors are deep in the caves, but they're really there to help out the brand new 1.17 mob, the Warden. There have been a ton of theories on what this creature is guarding, so instead of speculating about the lore, I plan on describing an encounter with the beast. Before I get to the song, which we're almost there, you can encounter me by joining my Discord. Don't worry though, I'm not as scary as the Warden. But in all seriousness, the mods and I have built a really nice community, and it's almost at 500 members, so the link's in the description. Based on the gameplay footage from Minecon, the Warden is something to be terrified of. Even in full netherite armor, you take a huge amount of damage. So in my extensive research, I learned that they're scary, they're blind, they use noise to move, and they're in the deep dark caves. I wrote my vocals and spent several hours recording them, so with several additions to the song and several hours perfecting it, I present to you the dark.
Lurking underground, the hallways filled with sound, and awaken the monster. Guardian of darkness, sensing all around it. Through the stone walls it wanders. Whatever you do, don't let it touch you. It crawls into your veins and through your soul and out again. It listens to your movement, it can hear you. Breathe your final breath, cause you won't get another in. In the dark, any whisper sends a shiver, shoots a spark through the deep end. Keep on sneaking past its ear and heart. In the dark, any whisper sends a shiver, shoots a spark through the deep end. Keep on sneaking past its ear and heart. Every creature will rise from the deepest slumber, caving inward. The walls, aren't they feeling closer? Nowhere left to go, frozen in the cold. Cutting through the stone, any noises hold them. In the dark, any whisper sends a shiver, shoots a spark through the deep end. Keep on sneaking past its ear. In the dark, any whisper sends a shiver, shoots a spark through the deep end. Keep on sneaking past its ear and heart. In the dark, any whisper sends a shiver, shoots a spark through the deep end. Keep on sneaking past its ear and heart. In the dark.
Thank you so much for watching to the very end. This video took about a month to make, and that was me experimenting with Blender and all the stuff you saw. But tell me what you think in the comments about this style of video, because it definitely is new for me. Then again, thank you to everyone who lets the ads play, and leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.